Welcome to the Daily Vibecasting. Today, X transforms into a literal bank, the AI job apocalypse gets completely debunked, and NVIDIA's CEO essentially declares war on Anthropic's closed-door policies.
Oh, it is a massive day on the timeline.
It really is. And our mission here is simple. We're going to cut through all that noise today and give you the ultimate macro analysis of the market, tech, and, culture.
Yeah.
We are looking at the foundational shifts happening right now, pulling together the signal from the noise so you know exactly where things are heading.
And honestly, if you trace the through line connecting all of today's stories, there's a very clear, highly cynical second-order effect playing out here.
Which is?
Well, today is entirely about who controls the future of capital and who controls the future of intelligence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Every single post we are tracking is essentially a proxy war for those two territories. I mean, it's about monopolies, leverage, and how human value is desperately trying to price itself in a world that's getting increasingly automated.
Okay, so let's unpack this, starting with the absolute bombshell that dropped this morning from the @X official account.
Yeah, that was wild.
They just announced the immediate rollout of X Money. And they aren't just, testing the waters here with some small beta group.
No, not at all.
This is rolling out to U.S. Premium and Premium Plus subscribers right now.
Wow.
We are talking about a custom metal Visa debit card. No foreign transaction fees, no ATM charges. You can send payments to anyone. You earn cash interest on your balances. And it is all secured by passkeys.
It's a huge move.
But here is the kicker. They secured up to $10 million in FDIC insurance through Cross River Bank. They're literally embedding hardcore financial tools directly into the social platform.
I mean, it is a staggering flex, no doubt about it.
Right.
Launching a social media platform into the heavily regulated banking sector is just bold.
Yeah.
But let's look at the actual mechanism of how they were even offering that.
Okay, yeah.
Because standard FDIC insurance only covers up to $250,000.
Right.
So to offer $10 million, X and Cross River Bank are using what's called a sweep network.
A sweep network.
Yeah, behind the scenes, if you deposit $10 million, they are automatically carving that money up into 40 different chunks and sweeping them into 40 different partner banks across the country.
Oh, I see. So they are doing the heavy lifting of diversifying your deposits, but completely invisibly to you.
Exactly. But I do have to ask the cynical question here.
Go for it.
Is this actually sustainable from a societal perspective? Like, we are talking about positioning X as a true everything app, kind of mirroring WeChat in China.
Right.
But think about the systemic risk of blending a platform designed to algorithmically reward viral outrage with FDIC-insured savings.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You are merging the most emotionally reactive layer of the internet with people's base capital.
That's a toxic mix.
Imagine opening your app to check if your rent check cleared. And the very first thing you see in your feed is a highly toxic, manufactured political rumor. What happens when a viral, potentially inaccurate financial panic trends on the exact same app where people hold their life savings?
A bank run could literally happen with a retweet.
Exactly.
That is a terrifying tension, but you really cannot deny the user gravity they are pulling in to support this financial gravity.
True.
Look at the post today from @Nikiabir, X's head of product. He pointed out this staggering influx of corporate heavyweights who have just joined or reactivated their accounts in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw that list.
It's crazy. Mark Zuckerberg reactivated on July 9th for the Meta AI announcement. Jensen Huang created a new account and posted for the first time just a few days ago about OpenAI.
Right.
Bernard Arnault joined today to address family rumors. Even Denny's is going viral on there.
Yeah.
X is really cementing itself as the unfiltered global town square.
Yeah, these executives are completely bypassing traditional media and PR desks. And that's because traditional media adds friction. Right? These executives want direct distribution. If you control the town square, and now you control the wallet of the people in the town square, you own the entire behavioral loop.
Wow, yeah. You own the loop.
But, this explosion of platform growth, this flurry of executive activity, it actually points to a broader macroeconomic reality that I don't think anyone is fully acknowledging yet.
I am so glad you brought that up because this platform heat-up is mirroring a broader economic heat-up. And it explicitly defies the doom and gloom predictions of the AI era we were hearing last year.
Yeah.
Let me bring in @David Sachs here. He shared a Wall Street Journal headline today that is just a total narrative violation.
Yeah.
The headline proves that big companies in tech, defense, and transportation are actually resuming hiring after their recent pauses.
Right.
And the twist. The reason they're hiring is that they need humans to work alongside AI.
Interesting.
Sachs is pointing out how this completely contradicts the widespread forecast from last year, that AI was going to cause immediate widespread job wipeouts.
Right, right. But let's pause and look at the second-order effects of this hiring resumption.
Okay, cynical take time.
I have to push back on the optimism here. Is this long-term job security we are seeing, or are these just temporary AI wrangler roles?
AI wranglers.
Yeah, if you look closely at the job descriptions, companies often just need a human bridge to connect their messy legacy databases to these sleek new AI models.
So they're just building the pipes.
Exactly. Once that plumbing is built, the technology becomes fully autonomous. Are we celebrating permanent roles, or are we just cheering for the people being paid to build their own replacements?
Ouch. I mean, I hear that cynical take, but think about it this way. Are we basically becoming the managers of digital factories?
How do you mean?
Well, the AI does the heavy lifting. It writes the Python script, it sorts the data, it generates the marketing copy, but we still need to hold the clipboard.
Yeah, okay.
We are the ones defining the goals and QAing the output. AI provides infinite labor, but it doesn't actually know what to build until a human tells it to.
Well, if you look at marketplace dynamics, that clipboard actually holds all the leverage.
Right.
There is a fascinating post from @Paul Graham today. He advises that when you start a marketplace, you have to focus on getting more of whichever side is rarest.
Makes sense.
And he says that is almost always the buyers rather than the sellers. If we apply that to the AI economy, compute power and AI output are rapidly becoming infinite supply.
Right, the server farms are the sellers.
Exactly. That makes human direction, our buying power, and our specific taste the ultimate scarce resource.
Oh, that's a great way to frame it.
We are the buyers in this new economy, and buyers dictate the market. So if you are listening to this and worrying about your career, your core value isn't typing the code anymore.
Right.
It's knowing what code actually needs to be typed.
Okay, so if humans are the managers of these digital factories, the multi-trillion-dollar question becomes, who controls the AI workers?
Right.
That leads us straight into the ideological and financial war erupting on the timeline today over open source AI.
Oh, the timeline is on fire today.
It really is. We have a serious challenger arriving on the scene. Moonshot AI just launched Kimi K3.
Kimi K3, yeah.
According to posts from @OpenRouter and @KimiMoonshot, this thing is a beast.
It's huge.
It is a 2.8 trillion parameter sparse mixture of experts model. It has a 1 million token context window, native video understanding, and it is rivaling frontier closed models in coding and reasoning while using way less compute.
Which is insane. Let's actually translate what sparse mixture of experts means for the listener, because it's brilliant.
Please do.
Instead of one giant generalized digital brain trying to process every single prompt all at once, a mixture of experts model acts like a highly specialized hospital.
A hospital.
Yeah, you have a cardiologist, a neurologist, and a pediatrician. When a query comes in about coding, the system routes it only to the specific expert neural network that handles code.
Oh, I see.
The rest of the brain stays asleep. It is incredibly fast and uses a fraction of the electricity.
And over on the infrastructure side, Zephyrs 9 is reacting to the open sourcing of MoonEP.
Right.
Which is their expert parallelism library that basically achieves perfect token load balancing.
And load balancing is so critical here.
It is. Let me explain that one real quick.
Yeah.
Think of a busy supermarket. Load balancing is the software equivalent of ensuring every single checkout lane has the exact same number of customers, so nobody is waiting, and no cashier is sitting idle.
Perfect analogy.
Moonshot has optimized everything from the hospital routing to the checkout lanes.
The technical specs are deeply impressive, but honestly, what's fascinating here is the business model.
Yes, let's get into the business model.
This is where you really have to geek out over the second-order brilliance of what Moonshot is doing. Look at the posts from @NigelLambert and @TinyGrad about the Kimi K3 license.
Okay.
It is distinctly non-commercial in a very specific, weaponized way.
Weaponized how?
Well, it is completely free for self-hosting. But if you are a company operating a model as a service making over $20 million a year, or if your product has over 100 million monthly users, you have to negotiate a separate commercial deal with them.
Wait, pause. You're saying Kimi K3 is free for me to run on a server in my basement.
Right.
But if Amazon AWS wants to run it, they have to pay a toll.
Exactly.
How do they even enforce that open weight license if the model is already downloaded? That feels like an honor system that big tech is just going to completely ignore.
I mean, it is tough to enforce on a micro scale, sure. But if AWS or Microsoft Azure scales it to millions of enterprise customers, they leave a massive auditable revenue trail.
No, right. They can't hide that.
It is an absolute bear trap for big cloud.
Yeah.
This is the first truly sustainable business model for open weights.
Wow.
Historically, big cloud resellers just take open source models built by other people and rent them out for pure, unadulterated profit. This license starves them.
That's brilliant.
Meanwhile, as TinyCorp pointed out, this commoditizes the petaflop for the middle class. You can run cutting-edge inference locally on consumer hardware for free. You only pay the troll toll if you try to build a cloud monopoly on top of their work.
But the empire is striking back.
Oh, they definitely are.
The closed model giants are not taking this line down. Anthropic AI released a highly detailed defense of keeping their advanced models closed today.
Yeah, I read that.
They put out a lengthy blog post arguing that while safe models provide public value, we really need mandatory safety testing for frontier models.
Right.
They are pushing for chip export controls to China, and they specifically cited the dangers of large-scale distillation.
Yeah, distillation is the key word there. For you listening, distillation is essentially AI piracy.
Okay.
It is when you take a cheap, dumb AI and you have it ask a hyper-expensive, brilliant AI like Claude a million questions.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, the cheap AI learns from the brilliant AI's answers until it effectively copies its brain for pennies on the dollar.
Wow.
So Anthropic is terrified of competitors stealing their hundreds of millions of dollars in research and development just by querying Claude through an API.
Right. And that defense is getting completely shredded by the rest of the industry today.
Absolutely.
Let me give you the analyst's takedown of Anthropic's stance here. There is a viral video clip shared by @NS123ABC today.
Oh, this is great.
It's NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang essentially red-pilling the White House. The interviewer asks him basically, hey, we know Anthropic's Mythos model can figure out how to break into a bank. Are we ready for it to be available to everyone?
And Jensen doesn't even blink.
Not even a little. He says it should undeniably be available to everyone. He dismisses Anthropic's closed waitlists as pure security theater.
Yeah.
He basically compares AI jailbreaks to standard software vulnerabilities. When you find a bug in Windows, you patch it and move on. Hiding the model doesn't make it safer, it just harms open innovation.
And the real-world casualty of this ideological war is playing out live on the timeline right now.
It really is.
Developers are revolting. Look at Sfirpino Santiago.
Oh yeah, big name.
He is a prominent voice in the AI engineering space. He publicly announced today that he is canceling his Anthropic subscription to move everything over to Codex. He actually ran a terminal script to audit and purge Claude from all of his repositories.
That's a massive statement.
He explicitly stated he cannot support Anthropic's aggressive anti-open weight stance and their push for legal protections against distillation.
Okay, so if you are a developer structuring your tech stack right now, watching the smartest model get boycotted is a flashing warning light.
For sure.
So I have to ask, if the developers abandon the smartest model because of its politics, does the smartest model even matter?
I think that is the pivotal question right there. If you don't have the developer ecosystem building tools on top of your API, your model is just a very expensive science project.
Exactly.
But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the reason these tech giants are fighting so viciously, the reason the stakes are this high, is that these models are no longer just chatbots living in a browser window.
Right.
They are bleeding into the physical human world.
Yes. AI is getting physical, and honestly, it makes my skin crawl a bit.
Yeah, it's intense.
There is a fascinating post from @Polymarket today. And by the way, they also have a prediction market pegging a new Claude Sonnet release at a 42% probability for this August.
Oh, nice.
But they shared a story about a developer who hooked Claude up to an ESP32 breadboard rig.
Okay.
They added touch sensors, a force resistor, and thermistors.
Wait.
Yeah. Thermistors measure temperature changes. They literally gave the AI the ability to feel human body heat and sense physical pressure.
Wow.
The AI is processing real-world, tactile inputs.
And this is where it gets into deeply uncomfortable territory for society, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
We are crossing the barrier from a computational tool you type into to an embodied entity that actually senses you.
That is wild.
Look at the post from @OpenAI today. GPT Live voice models are now rolling out globally to eDO, business, and enterprise plans.
Okay.
They showed a demo video of an elderly woman fluidly talking to the AI while she was knitting.
I saw that.
It was completely natural, real-time human conversation, complete with pauses and breathing sounds.
It sounded so real.
The cynical warning here is that we are engineering profound emotional dependency on highly anthropomorphic, physically aware systems.
Yeah.
We are building machines that can speak to us like lifelong companions and actually feel the heat of our hands.
And while they are getting better at mimicking our physical world, they're also getting radically better at autonomous work.
Right.
To prove how independent these systems are getting, look at the post from @MattSchumer today. He introduced something he is officially calling the gauntlet loop.
The gauntlet loop.
Yeah. It is a prompting technique where a lead AI agent breaks a goal into parts. But instead of just generating the code, it spawns 2 subagents for each part, a specialist builder and a ruthless blind critic.
It's essentially a digital gladiator arena.
Exactly.
Every time the builder AI writes a line of code, the critic AI tries to break it. The critic compares the AI's work blindly against human work and rejects it if it isn't superior.
Wow.
By the time the output reaches your desk, it has already survived brutal iterations.
But wait, if AI is literally building its own QA departments, aren't humans being boxed out of the loop entirely?
That's the fear.
We said earlier we were the managers holding the clipboard, but Schumer's prompt puts in AI holding the clipboard.
And this brings us to a really profound synthesis.
Okay.
While AI is rapidly trying to master the ground game, automating our software, feeling our physical temperature, managing its own workflows, humanity is still out there pushing the ultimate physical boundary.
Which is?
We are still leaving Earth.
Ah, yes. Let's finish the newswire by looking up. SpaceX shared some breathtaking onboard photos today of Starship Flight 13 in space.
Incredible shots.
You can see the heat shield tiles, the Raptor engines, and just the curve of the Earth in the background.
Yeah.
They demonstrated an in-space Raptor engine relight and completed a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean, transmitting imagery post-re-entry for the first time.
And it isn't just SpaceX. NASA announced today that veteran astronaut Jessica Meir is going to lead a series of 3 spacewalks starting August 6th to upgrade the International Space Station's power and comms systems.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they are installing new solar arrays and replacing critical space-to-ground antennas. And, what stands out to you about this juxtaposition? Because to me, as our digital world becomes infinitely complex, murky, and politically contentious with open weights wars and AI emotional dependency, our physical expansion into the stars remains a pure, undeniable hardware triumph.
Wow, yeah.
The rocket is binary. The engine either relights in a vacuum or it doesn't.
It's the ultimate reality check. We can debate AI licenses and load balancing all day, but floating outside the ISS in a spacesuit requires a level of physical engineering that you really cannot hallucinate.
Exactly. So taking all of this in, the financial maneuvering, the AI, the space hardware, I'll leave you with a prediction for tomorrow based on today's vibes.
Let's hear it.
By tomorrow afternoon, regulators are going to issue a formal warning about X's new Visa cards.
You think so?
Definitely. Blending social media velocity with banking is going to trigger immediate government scrutiny. And secondly, Anthropic is going to be forced to tease a lightweight open model.
Really? An open model from Anthropic?
They have to. They have to stop the bleeding of developers like Santiago, and the only way to counter the momentum of Moonshot's Kimi K3 is to throw the open source community a bone.
I can completely see both of those happening. And for you, the listener, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to chew on today, building on that gauntlet loop concept.
Okay.
If AI agents are already ruthlessly critiquing their own work in digital gladiator arenas to beat human benchmarks, how long until they start managing and critiquing your daily work to force you to meet their benchmarks?
Oof.
Think about that one. Thank you for joining the Daily Vibecasting. Stay sharp, and we will see you tomorrow.